fifth graders, today we're gonna start our clay project. It's gonna be completely in the round, and we're gonna have clay beads inside. So you can see when you shake it, it makes noise. So after you have chosen your animal and researched your endangered animal, you will decide how you will show it and how you're gonna build it with clay. So are you gonna show only the head of your animal, or are you going to do the full body? Now, an animal like an elephant, you will determine, are they gonna be standing, like this elephant here, or will they be sitting? So after you have decided how you're going to show your animal, the next step is to build it out of clay. Now, our clay projects are going to be built by using pinch pots. We're going to create pinch pots. Our animals are going to be hollow on the inside. And before we assemble everything, we will create beads and we're going to stick them inside. Now, I know that's a lot of information. So today, we are going to focus on building the overall shape of our animal. We will create the pinch pots, whether you're only creating the head or if you're doing the full body. We will create just the overall shape of our animal. We will not assemble anything. We're not going to make the beads yet. We are just going to focus on the general shape. And if you don't remember how to make a pinch pot, basically all you do is you roll your clay into a ball, you take your thumb, you make a hole, and then you just pinch around to make that hole bigger. That's why it's called a pinch pot. And our goal today is to create the pinch pots for our animal. So if you are doing only the head, you will create 2 pinch pots. If you are doing the full body of the animal, you will make 2 pinch pots for the body and 1 for the head. So that is 3 total. So if you haven't gathered yet, only doing the head is the easiest way of completing this project because you're just making 2 pinch pots and your only details are concerning the head and the face. If you are creating a turtle, you will create a pinch pot for the shell, a pinch pot for the head, and 4 coils for the arms and legs. Then for the base, you're going to create a slab. So on my right here, you can see a slab in my hand, and a slab is just a flat piece of clay. Now, if you are doing a dolphin or a shark or an animal like that, that's where it can get a little tricky. An easier option, a way to simplify this, is to create just like the front part of the animal and then a slab, a flat piece of clay in the background. And you can do this for any animal. Another thing to keep in mind is if your animal is thin, if it's a little bit narrow, like an axolotl or a shark or a dolphin, you might want to simplify your design and make it a little bit easier. That way you can actually fit the beads inside. So again, today our focus is to create just the pinch pots for our head and our body. And again, if you're just doing the head, you're making 2 pinch pots. Next time, we will create the beads that will go inside. We will attach all our pieces, and then we will create our details. So today you're focusing on the shape. So don't focus on the details. Don't focus on assembling anything. Only focus on the general shape of your clay project and make sure you have enough clay for all of your body parts. This is another traditional example. When you shake it, it makes noise. So we have the head, 2 pinch pots for the body, and in order to make it so it doesn't explode, you need to add a hole on the bottom, holes for the eyes and nose. So add a hole here within this pinch pot, add a hole here within the body. Okay, so hopefully you have an idea as to how you're going to do this, whether you're creating a pinch pot using your pointer finger, your thumb. If you do a turtle, you add one pinch pot here, another one here with your pointer, and then coils here. Your coils can be no thicker than this. So this does not explode. This is probably as thick as it can go. If this was not hollow inside, it would have exploded. If this did not have holes poked in it, it would have exploded. And when your clay explodes, obviously your project gets ruined, and it might ruin someone else's project because I put all the projects on shelves within the kiln. So just keep that in mind. All right, so with all that being said, I'm gonna show you some examples and I'm gonna show you how to create a pinch pot. Okay, so if I do just the head, I break it in half. I take a little bit off for the beads and the details. And I make a pinch pot by rolling it into a ball. If it's wrinkly like this, you just hit it on your palm. That will take out the wrinkles. Then you stick your thumb up, make a hole. Then you put your thumb inside to make the hole bigger. And you don't want the walls of your pinch pot to be too thin. Now again, thumb, hole, pinch. And then these two would go together, just like that. If I were to create an animal sitting, so if this is not the head, if I'm making one sitting, roll into a ball, take your thumb and then make a hole. And then you determine what your face is going to look like. You just kind of morph it into, or you mold it into what you want. Pretty easy. So that's one example. Another way to create a pinch pot is to use your pointer finger. So this right here will be a turtle. Maybe I'll make it a little bit bigger. To make your pinch pot bigger, you just add more clay. Ball, thumb, hole, pinch. And for my turtle, I like to kind of spread it out a little bit. Then I like to flatten it like that. So flatten it. You can smooth it out with your fingers, but I would be more concerned with your details and everything else after we fully assemble everything. Now with this pinch pot, use your pointer finger to create the hole, and then you make it longer just by pressing it into your finger. And if your head is too long, for instance, all you would do is just use your popsicle stick to cut it. But then make sure the hole is there. And then the legs are coils, like that. Make it a little bit longer than you think because you're gonna be attaching it. And then for the bottom, to make it 3D in the round, make a ball, flatten it. Make sure it can connect. So maybe I might make it a little bit flatter. And just make sure it connects. Just like that. And that's it. I would advise y'all to maybe make your shells a little bit bigger. There you go, something like that. So this is your animal. This is an animal sitting. If I want it to be standing, I could always create a pinch pot with my finger create a pinch pot with my finger. That way my animal that's standing isn't too thick. Like this is a little thick. Okay, so there you go. So this would be my body, and I'd cut it to make sure I could actually connect the two. There you go. So this could be my body standing. This could be my head. And then coils would be used for any other details. And you can have your feet just spheres. That way they stand. All right, so you're just thinking through your design. We're not attaching anything until we have created our foundation. So this could be an animal here. This could be an animal here, just like that. Okay, so this is my turtle. This is just a head, 2 pinch pots. This is just a head. You also need to make sure you have extras for your beads and your details. Okay, so now, what other examples do I have? I have this one. I think I was trying to make a red panda. So pinch pot for the head, 2 pinch pots for the body, and you just gotta make sure it stands up. Tail, a little extra for the beads and the details. Then I did want to do an axolotl. I pronounce it incorrectly, but that's okay, because their body is longer. So I made their body by using my pointer finger, like that. And then you will connect it. So if you need to cut some off, you can, to make it easier to connect. This right here can be their tail, because their tail is long. Extras, their little head can be a flat coil. So you make a coil by going like this. It's like a clay snake. Then you can just flatten it by pressing it down. So this can be their little head. Okay, so when we are finished with this, then we will be ready for the next step. So again, we are not attaching anything. We are just creating our pinch pots, creating our bodies, and making sure everything is hollow that needs to be hollow. When you are finished, please show it to me, and then you will put it in the bags that you just labeled with your name and your class code. Your bags need to go into the container that's at your table. That's how I keep everything organized. And then we will be ready for next time.